Frostad. We are here in Alicante in the Volvo Ocean Race Headquarters.
Yep.
What's about the 65-1 design project, Knut? Where we are now?
Where are we now? We are now that we have started building the first boat. So up until now we have manufactured the tools and the molds. So we have the hull mold in Italy, in Persico, and we have the molds for the structure in Switzerland, in Decision, and the deck mold in France, in Multiplast. And now, actually this week, we are starting to laminate the deck in France and the hull in Persico for the first boat. And we are pretty much on track. We are exactly on the timeline we had planned for, so which is good because we have a very tight schedule to build all these boats in time. So we need to stay on track. No, I think the project has been extremely positive. It's complex and it's very difficult to do because you're not only going to produce a good boat and a fast boat and a strong boat, but you're going to produce identical boats. And to produce identical boats, it's much more complex than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
So the tools that we have for the boats, they must be completely aligned. They must be 100% laser corrected. Because all the boats are coming out of the same tools, and when we put all the systems inside the boat, the systems needs to be in the same place.
Yes, of course.
So down to every single electrical cable must be the same length.
Yeah, of course.
So, for example, the cable for the television camera must be the same length on each boat, or the satellite and antenna. And in the past races, we never thought about that, because the teams had different electronics. So now we need to be very accurate.
And you will take the boat number one, or you will develop
no,
you give
the
one?
Boat number one goes to a team.
Ah, okay.
So every single boat will be racing and will be used for a team. So, so because we need all the boats to race, and we think that boat number one is going to be a very good boat, because in fact this is the boat that will have the most hours dedicated to it. And it's also very important that even if something was to change on these boats later on, it has to be changed on every boat. All the boats, all the boats have to be the same.
Exactly the same.
So if we find out that one block is in the wrong place, we have to change it on all the boats. So it's not going to be a disadvantage to have boat number 1 or boat number 5 or boat number 8. It's going to be the same.
And so this part of the project is very accurate. You need time to develop this. All the things. And what about the sailors' point of view? I saw Chris Nicholson help you a lot.
Yes.
And what they say, what the sailor, the guys.
The feeling I have from the sailors is very positive. Now we have had quite a few of them involved, both in the planning of the deck and also in the planning of the systems on the boat, the rig, the design of the sails, all these things. And the challenge for us was to get everybody to buy into the concept. Because if you compare the boat always with what you had before, it's going to be difficult. You have to understand why we are doing this boat, and we have a higher level of reliability in this boat. So we want to lift this quite high up.
Yes.
So you cannot put the same mainsail with the same cloth, because we are going to put it higher. And when the sailors start to understand that, we had a fantastic input, and it's been very useful to have both Chris Nicholson and Coxie, Neil Cox, who was the shore manager of Camper. They have been involved very closely in the project, but we also have other people now that has been involved. So, but I think my personal view is that it's going to be a great boat, really good. I think it's going to be surprisingly fast.
Faster than the 70s? Or
no, I don't think so. I mean, in theory there is some angles it could be, but we have a few things on the new boat which was not allowed on the 70. So for example, we have a deeper keel, which is good because it brings extra stability, or a lighter boat, or both. And then we have the water ballast tanks in the back and now in the sides, so that is much more efficient. Then we have the biggest change of the new boat is the angle of the pin that holds the keel.
Okay.
So the keel, the axis of the canting keel, in the Volvo 70 rule, this axis had to be horizontal to the waterline. To be parallel to the waterline.
Okay.
And if you look at the Imoca 60s, for example, they never do that because the keel also works as a foil that lifts the boat. So if you angle the pin up, slightly. When you cant the keel works like a foil that lifts the boat out of the water. And now we can do that on the new boat, so we have lifted it quite a lot, which is going to give it a lot more lift to be faster out of the water. Okay, perfect.
And so the reliability is the other main things, I think.
The main thing.
And up now, with what's your point of view about the last edition, all the breakage, all the stuff? What do you think? What's about the Volvo 70? They are too fast to sail in the Southern Ocean. What was the problem?
I think it's. I mean, it's impossible to build boats that can't break. You know, there's always going to be a limit. And I think that with the Volvo 70s, we had two different problems. We had one problem with the rigs, which was separate, and this is a problem I think we should absolutely never have. Because if you have this problem with the rig, it's either because it's the wrong material, or it's the wrong engineering, or it's the wrong design. You should never have a problem with the rig. So this is something we have worked a lot on with the new boat, to have a very safe rig.
Okay, perfect.
And not have these materials and not have these kind of designs. We have much stronger things, bigger things. And then the other problem we had was some structural problems with composite materials. And for sure, with the Volvo 70, there was always a drive to reduce weight as much as possible.
Yeah.
And with the new boat, we have added a lot more laminates, a lot more structure in the boat. It still means that the new boat, you can break it if you push it like crazy, but it will have a higher limit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is the main thing. I think that never you push so hard a boat like in the Volvo Ocean Race, in hard sea condition and wind condition.
Yes.
So you need one design that you can check and live to the limit, but with more safe.
For sure. I mean, the new boat is going to have significantly higher margin, significantly, and we are very confident about that. And there's a lot of structure in it, but it's still a complex boat. And when you have canting keel and you have foils, all these things, it is always going to be a complex boat compared to the old classic.
Perfect.
Skills.
See, professional sailing is changing very fast. So in the America's Cup, in the Globe, Volvo Ocean Race, all the stuff in the Olympics too. We see. So I read the audience, the global audience of the Volvo Ocean Race. Very nice numbers. And what do you expect for the next one?
I mean, for us, I think we still have a long road to go to improve to grow the audience, and I think some of the things we were very happy with in the last race, and some things we like to improve a lot. So we still think that on television we have a long way to go to get a television program that really works well with a bigger audience, and this is going to be the biggest challenge I think for the next race, is to create a different kind of television program that has a much wider appeal than the people who are interested in sailing. So, and this is one of our big strategy jobs we are doing right now. We are really looking very hard at what is the future of television going to be for the race. And
so the media man role will be improved a lot?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
And the media crew member role is a big success, and we need to keep it. I don't understand why no other big sailing events are doing it. Because they should. I don't understand why they don't have a media crew member on the America's Cup. But because they should. It's obvious to us that this is the single most important thing in the media side. Then, now also with the new boat, we have the possibility to design the boat around television. So in the old boats, we were putting cameras on the boats, but the sailors were designing the boats. Now we are actually designing the boat around television, so we have made a lot of different changes to the boat, so we can put cameras in better positions, more protected, microphones in better positions, to create better television, because we still have a problem in the Volvo Open 70s, that when it's really windy and the boats are going very fast and a lot of water are coming over the deck, it's almost impossible to do an interview. It's very, very difficult. And this is when you want to hear what people are saying. So we have done some nice things there now to try to really capture sound and to capture better footage in the next boat. I think it's going to be a big difference.